Good morning, and welcome to Ask the Expert, an award-winning daily series from 8:30 to 9 a.m. to help small businesses. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments of the live feed. If you still need any more advice, you can join the official Intuit QuickBooks SMB community group on Facebook, where the accountants and business experts are on hand 24/7. During the live session, we will be running a poll, so please do engage with it, and I'll reveal the results at the end. My name is Eva Mrazikova, and I'm delighted to talk to you guys again. I work as an accountancy market specialist in Iris Software Group. In terms of my background, I've always worked as an accountant, whether it was within the industry or within the practice. So what I do specialize, or what my forte was kind of bringing the digitalization into the workplace and trying to streamline the processes so the businesses can run more efficiently. I would have also onboarded many businesses on the digital cloud platform, such as QuickBooks. So yes, it has been very great experience so far. And during the pandemic, I was trying to help as many businesses as I could in terms of getting the proper financial help from government or trying to help them to future-proof their business. I want to recap first before I dive into my topic. So just for those who are guys self-employed, I'm sure that you know, or if you don't know, the grant number 4 for self-employed is now available. You should have been contacted by HMRC that you're eligible. If not, you can use online check to find out if you are eligible, and you have now until the 1st of June to apply for this. The recovery loan scheme, don't forget guys that this is available, which is to help businesses of all sizes to access loans or any other kinds of finance to help them to recover after the pandemic and kind of to smooth down the transition period. We have up to 10 million available per business. The government is guaranteeing 80% of the finance. You have until 31st of December 2021 to apply, obviously subject to review. You are eligible if your business is trading in the UK, and you would need to show or to prove that your business would be viable if it wouldn't be for the pandemic, that it would be successful, and then you have been, or your business has been adversely impacted by the pandemic. Now, I just thought it might be useful for you guys, depending where you are in the country, that there is a business support helpline available in all regions. So for England, we have business support helpline for free advice for your business. The phone number is 0800 998 1098. For Scotland, the business support helpline is 0300 303 0660. For Wales, the business support helpline is 0300 060 3 and 000. And the last but not least, for Northern Ireland, which you can get business advice and support through Invest Northern Ireland helpline, which is 0800 181 4422. Hopefully you will find it useful. You will find all the information on the HMRC website, but I just thought it might be handy for you. Now, let's dive straight into my topic, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of having accountant involved in your business, and kind of we can debate whether the accountant can help you to have a successful business. For me, as an accountant, I think it's crucial for any business, and specifically for any startup business, to be involved with accountant, with a professional accountant. And I'm going to tell you why I think. So whenever you're setting up properly from the start, it's very important. And accountant can help you do that. They can help you to make sure that you don't forget anything, that you are able to set up your processes properly from the start so that things don't get messy. So they are able to give you that professional support and advice. Accountants will keep you compliant at all times. Another very important thing, because you want to avoid penalties as much as possible. And obviously, because you are not professional, you might not be aware of all the rules and regulations. So the accountant is great help for you with that. Of course, it will give you some time saving and reduces your workload, because accountant can take a burden of the financial tax compliance side, bookkeeping side. They can take it off you so that you can focus on your business. So it's going to save you time, and this save time you can then obviously use for developing your business. Accountants can help you to manage the growth. That's another important thing, because sometimes your business can grow very rapidly. You might overtrade, you might not have enough finance to grow your business. So those are all important things that accountant can first foresee. They see down the line, and they can advise you in the right time what you need to do or what you should do. Obviously, overall business advice and tax efficiencies, tax saving, accountant will know what way you are able to save money on the tax. They will be able to give you tax advice in terms of capital allowances, first year allowances, and things like that, because they will know. So they will be able to advise you what is the best way for your business. They are able to read the figures. So as you know, accountants usually are figure geeks, but it couldn't be more true, because you can see the figures in profit and loss or in your balance sheet, but they are able to interpret, and they are able to interpret how you perform, how your business is performing. And that is very crucial, very important, because they are able to translate the figures into something that you will understand. Many businesses are facing the dilemma of, do they need to employ people, or do they need to hire people as self-employed? So again, accountant is able to shed the light on this for you, and they are able to give you advice in terms of setting up the payroll scheme, auto-enrollment regulations and everything. So again, they will keep you right. Also, another thing is your cash flow planning, cash flow forecast, budgets. And with this go hand in hand your credit control procedures and things like that, that they will help you to make sure that you have the cash available to trade, to grow, to survive, to progress with your business. So it's another very important part why the accountant should be in your business. Again, in terms of reducing your workload and making sure you are compliant, they can help you with your bookkeeping and with your VAT requirements. So if for some reason you want to be, for example, voluntarily registered, or if you need to be registered for VAT, they are able to do the VAT returns for you, prepare them for you, submit on your behalf. So again, it's a great help. They will keep you right, because they will be able to tell you what it's allowable, what you can claim, what you shouldn't be claiming. And kind of for me, the overall thing that it's overarching it all, they are able to think outside the box. They are maybe able to be more objective than you are, because obviously if you are growing your business or setting up your business, it's quite subjective and sensitive thing to you. And sometimes you may not think about other opportunities or about other options. So they should be able to bring that outside box thinking into your business, because they are experienced. They did it many times. They did assist many businesses. So they should be able to guide you through maybe times uncertainty, or through maybe times when you don't know what to do or what is the right way to do. So they should kind of shed the light on many things in your business and help you with many decisions. So really the role of accountant, and I do call accountants superheroes with special superpowers, they will help you to make sure that you are running your business efficiently, and they are removing the administration burden of your business. Because at the end of the day, you are not going into business with the intention of doing bookkeeping all the time or running a payroll. You want to do business, you want to do what you are good at and succeeding at it. So yeah, make sure that you seek advice of an accountant for your business. And I'm going to now to start take questions. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in and putting those questions forward. So the first one is from Alice on Twitter DMs. Outside of the month by month bookkeeping and key financial dates, what sort of things should I be talking to my accountant about? Good morning, Alice, and thank you for your question. It's actually a very good question. So your accountant should know about your intentions for your business. So they should know what you want to do, whether you want to grow, whether you want to expand in something new, whether you want to diversify, whether you are looking for different supplier, whether you are looking at other streams of getting more income. So you really should share with your accountant kind of longer term vision, because something that maybe for you will happen in 2 or 3 years, if the accountant knows it now, they are able to prepare you for it. They're able to give you financial advice to make sure that you have enough funds for what you want to do in the future, or they will help you to understand whether whatever you are planning for your business, whether that's viable or whether that will actually make you successful or will help you to make more money. So to me, the relationship you should have with your accountant, it's quite close one, because there are so many uncertain things that you will come across in your business. And I see the role of accountant as really to giving you a bit more certainty to be able to future-proof your business and to be able to guide you and navigate you through the hard times. So yeah, make sure you have a very good relationship with your accountant. Jerry on Facebook Messenger. I do my own accounting with QuickBooks, but I don't think I really make enough money currently to hire an accountant. Are there some firms that offer a flexible working approach? And if so, how do I find them? If I worry if I go cheap, I won't get a good service. Jerry, thank you very much for your question, and well done for doing your books on QuickBooks platform. It's a very good piece of cloud bookkeeping software. Yes, and this is really kind of occurring thing that when you start your business for a while, you might feel that you are not able to afford accountant, or you're not making enough money. So the approach that I would kind of choose would be that you might want to maybe have a chat with the accountant to talk to him about what you are trying to do for your business, what are your plans, to show them the setup you have, and maybe they'll be able to guide you and tell you if you are doing the right thing or if you should be doing something else. So you don't need them involved on a monthly basis if you can't afford them, but definitely for some kind of review advice, you should get involved with your accountant, definitely. How do you find them? Well, if you go on the QuickBooks website, you can find QuickBooks Advisor through QuickBooks Finder search through QuickBooks directory, and you can tell them upfront, what are your intentions, and they should be able to accept or understand, and they will be able to tell you, yes, I'm okay to take on such an assignment, or no, this is not really fit with my kind of business. So be open. The accountant still can be very valuable for you, even if it's a one-off, or if you meet with them a couple of times, just to discuss and make sure that you have everything pinned down correctly. Hopefully this helped. Yasmin on Instagram DMs. I run a gym and we've just opened up again. I heard about the restart grants, but I'm not sure if I'm eligible. How do I assess if we are, and what should I prepare if we do apply? Yasmin, well done for opening back again, and I wish you good luck first. Hopefully it will go well for you. So yes, as I mentioned about the restart loan, so the best way would be if you go on Google, and if you just type recovery loan, make sure you go through HMRC website. So they are legit websites, and you can go through assessment. It will tell you whether you are eligible. If you have been adversely affected by the pandemic, which by the type of your business you obviously had, and yes, if there wouldn't be a pandemic, your business would have been perfectly viable as a gym. So I would be probably inclined to think that you are there might be other criteria which might be specific to you, which you need to then go through to be assessed. It probably is going to depend on how long have you been trading for and things like that. So definitely go on the HMRC website to go through that assessment. And if you do apply, you need to make sure that you are kind of incorporating this extra then money out, because obviously if you get the loan, you will have to start repaying the loan. So you need to make sure that you are able to meet the payments plan, and probably before you go down this route, have an idea in your head how much you would feel comfortable paying. So you kind of, if they ask you, or if the bank or the lender asks you, that you are able to tell them what is your comfortable amount. You might need, some banks will ask for the cash flow forecasts for the latest set of accounts, all kind of relevant information that will indicate to the lender whether you are a good fit for them to borrow you money. So in terms of that, it's very important that your record keeping is up to date. Again, I would obviously advocate for QuickBooks. Use QuickBooks for your day-to-day bookkeeping, so that you have real-time information, real figures about your business. So you kind of need to be organized before you actually get to the stage where you will be asking for the money, because the lender will be asking you for those things, because obviously they need to see that you will be able to repay the loan. Hopefully this helped, Yasmin, and I wish you good luck. Megan on Facebook Messenger. I'm already seeing an income boom in my business, which is fantastic. Yay! But I'm aware that this may not last forever. Very good thinking. I have a few payments on hold, some debts, and some refurbishments that need doing. What should I prioritize? Megan, well done for even thinking about it, because there are many people out there who wouldn't think about it this way. So yes, if the times are good, you need to make sure that you're not overdrawing your funds and that you're not overspending because, wow, I have now this balance on my bank account. But you need to start thinking about the rainy days now. So I would set up kind of plan how much you want to spend and how much you are able to put aside comfortably, so you have saved things for rainy days. What you should prioritize, well, if you have debts, I assume you are paying interest on those debts. So the longer that you have the debt, the more it costs you. The cost of borrowing is higher. So I would look into that. Depending how big your debt is, what are the repayments, this probably would be my priority. But also make sure if you can put still some savings aside that you do, because yeah, you might have a period of time in your business where the things won't be as good. And maybe think now what you can do to maintain this level of income, or do you need to do something extra to maintain this level of income? So always try to think ahead what will happen in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months, in 6 months. Do you need to add additional services? Do you need to maybe look into pivoting your business a little bit to make sure? So kind of you still need to think ahead, and don't be afraid to be creative and maybe look at your competition, what they are doing. Maybe can you do something else that they don't not doing, things like that. So it's always, you always have to be on the ball and be prepared and foresee. But I applaud you for even thinking about it. So make sure that you write down everything now, you pin down every incomings and outgoings, so you know exactly how much you are left with, what you can put aside. And I wish you the best of luck, Megan. Charlie on Twitter DMs. I'm a copywriter who has just gone freelance and I'm figuring out my rate card. I want to be competitive, but I don't want to undersell myself. Any advice? Charlie, congratulations on starting your freelance business. So definitely, I do agree. You don't want to undersell yourself and you don't want to go into the competition with underpricing, because those prices in your sector must be there for a reason. So if you would undersell or underprice yourself, one of the things it means is that you will have to do much more to earn the same money, which is not good, because you might be able to do it for a few months, but then you will run yourself down by doing that. So what I would probably try to keep in mind, you want to be similar, maybe a little bit lower price if possible, might not be possible, than your competition. But the way I would think about it would be, what else can you do different? What else can you do better? Or have you got statements from your clients who used it before, where you have your cases, business case, where they praise you for your work or can give you recommendations, so you can sell yourself through your profile as well, through your past work. So think about that way. Make sure that anyone who had a good experience with you, with your business, that they are telling this, so people know. So that's kind of your free advertisement. But definitely look at what your competitors are doing. Are you guys doing everything all the same? Is there anything else you could be doing? Kind of try to think outside the box. But yeah, make sure you do not undersell yourself, because that's not a good start. And at the end, you want people to value what you're doing. Wishing you good luck with that, Charlie. Sean on Facebook Messenger. I run a bar that serves food and drink. We have a small staff of around 10, I've been lucky to keep them all on. Things look better now, restrictions have eased, but I think we'll need to cut down on outgoings to see us through to next year. Where could I be making these savings? Hi, Sean, and well done for surviving. I'm sure this has been a very stressful time for you. My heart goes out to all the businesses like yours. So yes, in terms of the outgoings, you mentioning you have the staff of 10. As you know, the furlough scheme is available until September. So make sure that if you do not need the full set of staff, that you kind of rotate them and they are on flexible furlough, so you are still able to claim some funds from some furlough pay from government, so you're not paying all the wages from out of your own pocket. If this is the case, that you can alternate them, that they don't need to be all employed. Look at your suppliers, look at the prices. Should you be exploring different supplier who maybe has better pricing, obviously keeping the quality of products? Look at your energy supplier. Would you be benefiting if you would switch? Would it be cheaper for you? There are many sites that you can go and check whether you would find cheaper alternative supplier. The other things that sometimes are forgotten in businesses are direct debits. Go through your bank statements and review all the direct debits you are paying. I bet you that sometimes you're not going to know, maybe there might be one or two direct debits that you are not going to know what are they for. Believe me, it's a recurrent thing with business owners, that you set up or they set up direct debit months ago, and they not using the service, or they forgot that they paying it and it's so expensive they can get it somewhere cheaper. So always make sure that you are on top of your direct debits and that you are paying only for things that you are utilizing. In terms of the insurance, obviously you must have employer insurance, professional indemnity insurance. Again, look for those alternative whether you can find it cheaper. So there are many things that you can review and try to strip down. Obviously, you need your business to survive. So you need to pay things out, but try to be economical. Try to be critical towards yourself and be realistic as well. Sometimes it's like putting yourself against the mirror, looking at yourself in terms of the critical view. But I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope that you will come back stronger and better. Olivia on Instagram DMs. Any advice for what to do when you fall behind on payments? How should I adjust my accounts to catch up? Olivia, good morning, and thank you for your question. The most important thing in this, if you know you're not going to be able to meet the payments that you have set up, the first important thing is to talk to the lender. Never ever bury your head in the sand. It's the worst thing you can do. There are many people in the same boat as you are, believe me, but you need to face it. You need to be realistic with yourself. So go and speak to your lender and try to either extend the period of loan, decrease the payments, or maybe try to get payment holiday. There are things, if you do them now when the problem started, you have many more options than if you bury your head in the sand and won't do anything until the lender will start knocking on your door. So it's very important to act now and to communicate with the lender. Try to really make sure that you are paying as much as possible, even if you fall behind, but that you are doing everything you can to kind of bring yourself back on track. That's very important. And I know it's not an easy time. Look at what other help is there available. Look at online and make sure that you are getting all the support you possibly can in this time. And I wish you all the best. So guys, this is the end of my session. It flew. Again, you have been amazing, and thank you so much for your questions. The poll results are in, and we have asked you, do you have an accountant who also advises on your business decisions? And guys, I'm shocked because 0% of you said yes. So everybody said no. Guys, please do get in touch with accountant. Find a good accountant that will be your best fit. Look online, depending what you want to do from your accountant, but make sure that you get involved with the accountant. It might be very crucial to your business going forward. Thank you very much for participating in the poll. So thank you for tuning this morning. If you have any more questions, you can find me on LinkedIn. My name is Eva Mrazikova, and coming up on Ask the Expert tomorrow is Anne-Marie Martin, founder and franchiser of Didi Dance, a preschool dance class for boys and girls across the UK. Tune in to find out how to build a franchise while making an impact on local communities. A reminder that if you have any more questions, you can, or if you need any more advice, you can join the official Intuit QuickBooks SMB community group, where the accountants and business experts are on hand 24/7. I really enjoyed this session, and thank you so much for all your questions. Now, make sure that you still stay safe, be careful, look after each other, take care of each other, and have a fabulous day. Bye.